Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again for another installment of the Manosphere. I am your host, Coach Will Martell, and if you get the opportunity, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And if you have stories that you would like to share on this particular subject matter for today's episode, please go to Coach Will Martell 28 at gmail.com. And let me take this time out to thank each and every subscriber for giving the subscriptions on the road to 1,000. And I am at 970, I believe, right now. So keep those subscriptions coming and let's reach 1,000. Okay, today's subject matter, charm or harm? The Narcissistic Shit Show Revisited, coming up next on the Manosphere. Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to another installment of the Manosphere. And as I said at the top in the intro, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's get those views up on this channel and get the word out about different subject matters. But on my channel, I like to discuss relationships and self-improvement for men. Now, there are women that can listen to this too, because I think self-improvement and success and seeking success and being successful is a universal thing. So it doesn't matter who gets the message. I usually put this towards men, and not only men, young men, because I think right now in the world today, young men need a lot of help in finding their masculinity. And that's a whole nother subject entirely. But on this channel, this is what I teach. I have a certification in being a life coach and also life's lessons. So why not share them? Why not share them with anybody that could get something out of it? And if you also get the opportunity, go to Amazon.com and look for 3 books that I have, but one of them I specifically would like you to read, and that is Surviving the Game: How to Survive in the Online Dating War Zone, which I have said many, many times. To me, it's not suggested, or anything, but to each his own. And if you have to do it, go equipped. Okay. And I also said that we are now up at 970 subscribers, and 1,000 subscribers is when YouTube will start sharing more of my content, so more people would be drawn in to get something out of it. And that is what my aim is. And also, I would also like to take the time out to thank each and every person for subscribing. I mean, it means a lot, and that means that I will keep creating these videos in order for people to not only be touched by the message, but, maybe it's something that they could use. Anyhow, here we go. All right. Charm before harm. The Narcissistic Shit Show Revisited. Okay, so here it is, and here's my take on narcissistic personality disorder. And let me tell you something, gents, it is a real situation. Now, I can tell you based on experiences, not just one experience, but 2. And you know what? Here, not even 2. There are many. Because you know what? The more you discover about this particular I call it a sickness. The more you discover about this sickness, the more enlightened you get. And not only the more enlightened you get, but you're able to tell these telltale signs, and it would steer you clear of having a lot of hurt and a lot of pain and a lot of unnecessary agony, later on. So, charm before harm. Okay, I might have said this in past videos, some earlier videos I did, I think a couple of years ago on this subject, but here it is one more time. The narcissist will basically hang that proverbial carrot like right in front of your face, leading you in and drawing you in. And how do they do that? They end up being really unnecessarily like nice, okay? And you have genuinely nice people in the world, okay? But their end game is the more they can get involved in community stuff, okay? Like, the telltale sign is this. I actually dated somebody that really to draw attention to themselves, they were just like really involved, okay? Really involved in community stuff, and really tried to come off like they actually cared about these things. But what it was that it was drawing more attention to them, so it wasn't genuine. And that's the most charming part about someone that is a narcissist. They will basically just be involved in all of these things which beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are not interested in at all. It is not their end game. And there are people out there that are a part of community things such as sports, for young kids. The list goes on. Being involved in, giving money, to charities. Now, there are people out there that really love to do that sort of thing. That's, pretty much their life, helping out other people, and it's genuine. But with a narcissist, however, it is basically self-indulgence. It's basically so they could just have bragging rights that I'm a part of this, I'm a part of that, and I lived with somebody like that. Okay, I'm a part of this, I'm a part of that. It's like we need to. I think we need to, give all these gallons of water to people. Now, like I said, there are people that are genuinely good-hearted people out there, but this is a telltale sign that if they constantly brag on it, now you can take a day off from some of this stuff, but if you have a person that every time you looked around, they're a part of this, they're a part of that, they're basically, giving, just giving, and then they just turn around and say, well, I did this and I did that. Okay. That, my friends, okay, whether you like it or not, and there's some people out there that's going to probably try their best to slam me for this, but I don't really give a damn. That's what they do. Okay. Now, if you gave and you didn't mention anything and you didn't go on Facebook saying, well, I did this charity and that charity and I got involved in, the community basketball team and all of that. Okay, that's all great. But if every time you turn around and this person is just trying to create this image for themselves that they're this good person, you might be in trouble. So look around you. Look out for that stuff. Okay. That's a part of the charm. Okay. That's a part of the charm. And when you first meet these people, you're just in awe of it. Like, oh man, that is so cool. They're involved in a community. They love what they do, which really, when you get them behind closed doors, people wouldn't believe. They wouldn't believe how much of a monster that they could be. And it's like this, it's like this thing when there's an issue that you might have with them, they will go all over the place except for what you're supposed to be discussing. Okay? They will go all off in all these directions and, things like that, and how much. I remember this one time I had gotten to words, with this woman that I once dated. And instead of her answering questions or me addressing an issue to her and asking her questions, she went all off into another time zone and brought up something that happened months and months before. And it was just, I'm sitting there like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm asking you a question about this and you're totally switching it up and going into this direction. And that's part of their thing, being very, very avoidant. Okay. They don't want to really talk about the real issue. And when you just tell them, hey, look, I'm talking about this, and you're all off in another direction talking about something that happened months ago. Are you kidding me? I'm asking you what's happening now. Why are we even talking about that? So that's another thing that they will do. And that's not part of the charm. That's part of the harm. Okay. But another part of their charm is that it's okay to be nice. But these people are overly nice, especially when they're in front of other people. Okay. Now, everybody just has this thing, being around other people and being nice. Okay. But they push it to the limit. It is an image that they're trying to project out to other people that they're this extremely nice person and stuff. Now, me, I'm a nice person, but I don't try to overdo it because you know what? There's times, and those times are well warranted, when I do have to be an a-hole. Okay, because sometimes people disrespect you. And if they disrespect you, see, okay, I can be a very nice guy. But if you get under my skin when I am trying to be diplomatic and trying to be nice, then that's when you're going to see that side. Trust me. So everybody has that. But these narcissistic people try to be overly nice and brag on what they have done for others. And that's what they are. I mean, sad to say, you do stuff out of the kindness of your heart, but you do not do something kind and then turn around and throw it back up into people's faces or go around bragging what you did for somebody else, because that right there, that's kind of not only childish, but it simply makes the other person look like an idiot for doing so. So this is how also the charm happens, and this is how the harm happens. So with narcissism, charm before harm. Okay, they'll charm you into thinking that they're these great people and they're the greatest and stuff like that. And a real person, because it's all fake. Okay, but a real person will actually tell you, "Hey, look, I got flaws. I am not a perfect dude. I'll tell somebody in a minute. I have made a ton of mistakes as a human being, as a dad. I mean, I've made a ton of mistakes. Okay. But what makes you great is being the person that can admit that they have had faults, that they have messed up in their lives, that they are not perfect people. A narcissistic person cannot admit these things because it all comes down to one thing, and that is pride. Okay? Pride. And then they do this passive aggressive behavior. I remember before I had broke up with a girlfriend from a while ago. What happened was that she was very, very bad in this passive aggressive behavior. I mean, very bad. And see, if you ever get a person, okay, now we all have done it. All right, we've all done it. Now, me, the way I look at it is, look, if somebody's not going to talk to me, I'm not going to kiss their ass, and I'm not going to try and chase anybody down or talk to them and stuff. Look, if I've already tried and there is no rhythm from the other person, I'm just not going to try anymore. That's just how I am. But this passive aggressive behavior is a game they play. Okay, it is a mean and nasty game that they like to play, and it's all part of a manipulation tactic. Okay, that a lot of times a person that has empathy, a person that may be codependent, will basically try and do what they can to fix the situation. But if the other person is not giving you any rhythm, that's how you know for sure who you're dealing with. And let me tell you something. This has happened more than one time to me. I have dealt with a person that had borderline personality disorder. They were just batshit crazy. And I had dealt with a person that had narcissistic personality disorder. All right. And to deal with a couple of people, or 3 or 4 people like that, it is not a good situation, guys. It really isn't. So you don't want to really deal with somebody like that. You want to deal with somebody that's going to give a little, okay? If there's a situation, talk about it. All right, discuss it. If there's something going on and it's disrespecting you, then you need to address it. And if that other person can't come to common ground with you, then maybe it's time to just go your separate ways. Because it's just pointless, okay, to try to talk to a brick wall. You go outside and you try to talk to a brick wall. Are you going to get a response? Are you going to get a discussion out of it? No, you're not. So basically, that is what it's like to deal with somebody that's narcissistic. Okay. And like I just said, the charming part about them is that you look at this facade that they put up and they try to, just pretend like they're these bigger, what do you call that? Pillars of the community. Okay. And they try to come off like that very sweet and very, very nice and things like that. But when you get behind closed doors, if they decide for whatever reason, okay, whatever reason, not to talk to you, and you ask them, okay, you ask them, is there a problem? No. I mean, and everybody has good day and bad days, but they take it to another extreme. Okay. Now we're going to get into, okay, their charming part. Okay. They'll end up being charming to you, but at the same time, they are doing what they call triangulation. Okay. That means that they may be going to another person that maybe you work with, or another person that maybe, a family member or something like that. And they will start slamming the shit out of you. Okay. Now, I don't mean to use bad language, but this is a channel for grown folks. Okay. So look, they end up slamming the shit out of you. They end up breaking down your hopes, your dreams, and trying to make a fucking obscene joke out of it and stuff like that. And if that is the case and you ever find out about it, you leave them alone and keep pushing towards your goals and your dreams, really. And I'm being 100% about that. So do not take that kind of stuff off of anybody. I don't care how you feel about them, because guess what? Long after they're gone, your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations to be more than you are going to stay. They're going to be there long after their history, long after they're gone. So if you ever experience that, like I said, leave them alone. Okay. So that's the charming part I was just explaining about the narcissistic person. The harmful part is they will make you think, okay, that it is gray outside when the sun is shining. They will make you think and have you think that when you see red and they see blue, they will get you to think that it is blue because they said it's blue. And I was married to a person like that, and I dated 2 other people like that, and it is not a good situation, because you will think in your mind you are fucking crazy. Okay. And I don't mean to laugh, at that. I'm laughing at what I said. They will have you think you're fucking nuts. Okay. At the end of it, you might think you have to go to a shrink or something because you don't know what's going on. Okay. So that's the harmful part of dealing with these people. Okay. They will also play these little mind games where they will intentionally say things, knocking what you're doing and your character. And I remember this one, I had this audition, and I went to the audition, and I was really happy about it because, like I said, at that time, it was, I needed something, to say, hey, I still belong in this thing. Well, I went for the audition, then I went home, and I was really happy about it. And I had found out that I had gotten a part, in this play for this community theater, and I was really happy about it. And the first thing that this woman turned around and said, and guys out there, when I say this, you're going to be like, well, damn, wow, that's messed up. Okay, this is exactly what happened. I came home and I was really happy about it. And she seen how happy I was about it. And she turns to me and, just as absolute as she could possibly be, seriously, and said, oh, so that audition you have was more important than me. And I looked at her like, what do you have to do with this? This is nothing personal. This is a professional thing. And when she had said that to me, I was floored. I was like, oh, wow. This person definitely is not supportive at all. I mean, and look, when you run into somebody like that, you run the other way. You do not include them in your life because it's only going to get worse. And I made 3 mistakes like that, and I would never do it again. I had a world like I had a chance to win my second world heavyweight title when I was involved in professional wrestling, and couldn't do it because this woman that I was with at the time actually did not, and this was my fault too. This was totally my fault. I will admit fault to this and stuff like that. Until this very day, it left such a sore spot on the company that wanted to trust me to carry their world heavyweight championship. And what this woman had done had sabotaged this stuff to the point where I ended up missing the title match because she wanted to start an argument. What? Started the argument, wanted to argue all day long, made me miss the opportunity to compete for this world heavyweight championship. And that was sabotage. That's exactly what she did. And on 3 occasions, I've dealt with females like this, and it took me a long time to learn that there is not going to be any bigger cheerleader in your corner than, in this situation, than your family and yourself. And if you got a great family and you come from a great family background, that's what you have to depend on. Not a mate. Now, if that mate is for you, she will support you. He will support you in whatever you want to do. Okay? If there are pitfalls, they will offer to help. If there is anything like me, I'm building 2 companies right now. One, an entertainment company that handles film and television, and the other company handles commercials and ads, okay, for products, okay? And I just got those LLC'd, and I am trying to do it on my own, and sometimes you can't do everything on your own, so you need the help. But if your mate cannot be supportive of what you're doing, then you don't need them. And that is what these narcissistic people, this is what they do. They drain the life and the blood out of you to the point where if you had something important going on, they will drain your energy and you will not have energy to go after your purpose. And this is why you have to be very, very careful of these people and watch out for this stuff, because it could be detrimental to what you're trying to accomplish with your life. And I am just saying that right now. Charm before harm. And this, my friends, have been another episode of the Manosphere. And if you don't take anything else out of this message today, take what I just said and take it very seriously. Until next week, every day above ground is a good day. Deuces. Woo, peace.